Hey there, all my crazy cats and kittens. I hope you guys are all well. I hope you're staying safe in these strange and unprecedented times. I swear if I get one more email telling me that it's a strange and unprecedented time, we know! So I just want to take a few minutes before I begin this video to give you guys a special announcement. If you haven't already been keeping up, I released a brand new single on Friday called Wolves. This is the first single that I've released since April last year. A lot of things have changed in that time. A lot has happened in the last 12 months or so, and it feels so good to have music out there again. My brand new EP, My Arms Are Open, is coming out on May 15th. So if you want to go and check out the music video for Wolves, it's up on my channel. It's also up on my Vivo. They've kind of like blended my channels into one, so you should be able to find it if you just type in Emma Blackery Wolves. You can also click on the link down below to pre-save the EP. You can also pre-order it on iTunes. That would be lovely. Thank you very much if you do. There's also some brand new merch available at emmablackeryshop.com, which will all be released on May 15th. There's a new poster, there's new t-shirts, there's some badges, and there's also physical CDs for the EP. There's no vinyl this time around, or at least as of yet. We'll see how the demand goes for it, because vinyls are a little bit pricey to create, but if there's enough buzz around it, then who knows. But right now, there is a CD available that you can get on emmablackeryshop.com, so please go there. Thank you. The single has done incredibly well. It's been added to 7 editorial playlists, 4 on Spotify, including New Music Friday. I'm the cover of New Pop UK. There's Pop Revolution, and there's TGIF, which has 1.6 million followers. And for the first time, my music has been added to 3 different Apple Music playlists. Needless to say, this song has done better than I could have ever imagined, and also I think it's just performing the best out of all of my music ever in terms of people really connecting with it. Thank you to everyone that's bought it, streamed it, promoted it. Make sure you're tagging me on Twitter and Instagram. They're both just at Emma Blackery, and I'll be sure to have a look and retweet and share and everything. Thank you so much. Now, hopefully you already knew about all of that anyway, because you clicked on a video to do with the song. I made a couple of these when my album was being made, and it's called From Demo to Studio. I produced the original demo for Wolves, which I have behind me right here. It was created 23rd of May in 2019. At the time, I was going through a few things in my personal life that left me feeling quite vulnerable. Nobody likes feeling vulnerable, right? But I wrote this song as a way for me to channel all of my feelings, and the song is basically about standing up for yourself, taking back that control. If you feel like people are taking advantage of you, or they're deliberately trying to hurt you, or they're trying to like chase you down to make you feel awful, this song is basically about these metaphorical wolves, you know, hunting you, and you're running away from them, and then suddenly you just snap, you have enough, and then you stop running, you stand still, you turn to face the wolves, and your arms are open. Say, you know what? Fight me. You want it? Come and get it. So it's a very powerful song for me. It means a lot to me, and I've had loads of you guys say that you really connect to it as well. So without further ado, I'm gonna play you the original demo that I created for Wolves. Bear in mind, it's not mixed very well, okay? So here we go.
Draw me out into open plains. I'm not a hunter.
So there you go, what do you think? At the time, I was listening to a lot of Maggie Rogers, Florence and the Machine. There was quite a lot of Lorde, and I don't know if it's obvious or not through the vocal production I tried to create and the drums, but I might have been listening to a little bit of Phil Collins. So obviously a lot of things have changed from the demo to the studio version. I recorded the studio version with a lovely guy called Tom Gittins at Monochrome Production Studios. I got in touch with him through my partner Davey, who set the whole thing up, and this was the demo that I went there with. Now, you might be thinking, well, this song's a bit short. What's going on with it? There was no chorus. I didn't have a chorus, and originally the song wasn't going to have a chorus. I didn't plan to write one, I just wanted it to sound like that. What this demo was missing was an outro. To me, it just needed some sort of big, vibrant outro that just would have been like this dancey celebration thing. But I couldn't put it down. There was just something, sometimes you have an idea in your head and you can't make it happen. So that was the original idea. I went in and I explained, like, it just needs to be extended at the end. And Tom ended up saying, I don't think it's an outro this needs. It's missing a chorus. And I really didn't realize like how badly it needed one until I kind of had to write one. So I spent 2 days in the studio, and the first day was basically building the drums and taking the stems from my original project and then putting them into the brand new project, changing the sounds, adjusting everything. But by the end of the first day, it was really, really, really clear that it needed a chorus. And I left the studio feeling really stressed and really under pressure because I thought I've only booked for 2 days. And if I don't come up with one tomorrow, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to spend a lot more time on the song that I didn't really anticipate. Obviously, I really wanted to get the song out for this kind of time, so I knew that it was really, really imperative. Basically, what I'm trying to say is the second day, went back into the studio, got hold of an acoustic guitar, and I came up with that chorus in like, it can't have been more than 20 minutes. So Tom and Davey, who came with me to record bass and obviously just support me, they went outside, gave me a little bit of space, and then they came back and I was just like, what do you think of this? And the chorus was done. So sometimes that happens with my music. Sometimes like the parts of my songs that really stand out, or the songs that really stand out, were written quite last minute and quite under pressure. I really wanted the chorus to elevate the verses. I wanted the verses to be quite low and soft. But once I had this chorus idea down, it just elevated the entire song. So one thing that's obviously missing is the guitar part from the demo to the studio. The guitar part was Tom's idea, and I remember Davey and I coming back for the second day, and Tom said, I've recorded a few bits, let me know if you like them, let me know if you don't, and then started playing it, and that guitar just transformed the entire thing. Suddenly the song felt like it had way more movement, it had a completely different vibe. It had this like 80s spatial kind of sound that I love. Another thing that really, really changed throughout this song is the bass. Now in my original version, I recorded this bass stem, which is just MIDI programming because I can't really play bass all that well. So this is the original idea. And then we went to the studio and re-recorded it all. Producers will usually tend to want to record as many stems as they can in the studio because they have their own equipment, their own way of working, and obviously you're able to bounce ideas off of each other as well. So moving on to the vocals. Obviously I re-recorded the vocals at Tom's studio, but another thing that changed was the production style.
Stone cold with the hearts of gold, asking me to come out and play. Draw me out into open plains. I'm not a hunter, but I'm nobody's prey.
If you've ever listened to any Phil Collins song, you'll know that he does very short delay doubled vocals. Just listen to In the Air Tonight and you'll know exactly what I mean. In fact, just listen to any Phil Collins song because the vocal production is so similar throughout all of them. We definitely kept the idea of doubling the vocals, but I think some of the short delay ended up changing with the production style because obviously the song was completely, rebuilt from scratch using some stems. Yet another difference you will hear is the pre-chorus. You'll notice in my demo version, you don't hear me say, "Flash when he's done with it." In fact, you only hear that once throughout the song, and it's where I make this like minor chord change.
Well, you can have your pound of flesh when he's done with it.
But when Tom listened to the demo, he came up with the idea of maybe having this like telephone effect, really shouty, kind of like cheeky hook. So fans of Agenda and Take Me Out, I'm sure this was quite reminiscent of that. It was just a lyric that I really, really loved, so I thought it worked really well. But obviously without that in there, you can hear that the drums are just very much a nod to In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. Do love me a good snare. So you can hear in this demo version, there's a really, really hard gated snare in there, which was just a nod to the 80s. So there's 2 layers of snare, and then when you mix it with the kick, it sounds like this. And that's the same all the way through the demo. I'm not a good drum programmer. I just wanted to be able to write enough of the song so that people could get the vibe. Producer, who is way more talented at doing drum programming, could do it much better. I just wrote that as a guide. So then underneath you have this really low sub synth bass. And that's pretty much all that does. One part of the demo that I was really proud of that did end up staying in the final version was a synth here. This is done by a CS80V3 plugin. And when played on its own, it gave off this like really nice sort of like jungly vibe to me. That part was always really special to me, having that in there. There were also like other little tiny synth parts that I added like this. I also had these conga drums underneath, which I only just remembered. So this was just a play off the idea of like wolves, hunting, jungle. They were very inspired by a song called Alaska by Maggie Rogers, which is one of my favourite songs of all time. If you listen to that, you should be able to hear an influence there. And then pretty much the only other thing that you have is these chimes, which they just sounded right for it. I think the reason I put those in there is because I'd watched a YouTube video about a Destiny's Child song that had loads and loads of chimes in, and a couple of days later I was writing and I was like, hey, what about this? And it worked really well. So there you have it. Those are the components that made up the demo. I hope this was interesting. I hope you learned a few little bits here and there. Let me know down below if you have any questions about the demo and like what's changed. Anything that I didn't mention in this video, I'm happy to talk about down below. Ultimately, just experiment. Try to make stuff that is an homage to your favorite artists or your favorite songs. You'll be surprised at what you can come up with. Try out different sounds and beats that you haven't tried before. Try different instruments. I'd never explored this world of like conga drums and things like that before, and it turned out to create wolves. So please step out your comfort zone. There's no better time than now to do so. If you can't step outside your comfort zone, right? Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the Wolves music video. I'll link it down below, and make sure to pre-save or pre-order the EP May 15th. I'm so excited to bring it to you. I will make more videos when the EP is out talking about the other songs on the EP, so be sure to listen to the EP when it comes out because there's gonna be more videos just like this. I can't wait to share the other songs with you. I'm so excited. But until next time guys, thank you so much, and as always, I shall catch you later.